dealing with the history of Townsend Harris, going back to Townsend Harris. I happen to be the ranking member on the Senate Committee on Higher Education. And I always talk about the Free Academy and how its beginnings started in 1847, 1848, and how the original mission of what became City College was to educate the sons of immigrants. And I'm always struck by how today that mission really hasn't changed. And we are grateful for the whole system of free public education, and that includes Townsend Harris High School. And I was also struck by the alumni, I should say the white male alumni who spoke. And that too has changed, and I must say for the better, because now the diversity is so apparent in the student body, in the faculty, and in the community. And I for one, am very, very proud to be a former public high school teacher, a graduate of the New York City schools, and went to graduate school right here at Queens College. So again, I thank you for your contributions, and I have a Senate proclamation recognizing the 30th anniversary of the reopening of Townsend Harris High School.
Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here. I know how important Townsend Harris is for each and every one of you, and the impact that it's having on your life and giving you an extraordinary education and opportunity, and frankly, a leg up on pretty much everyone else. But I just want to make sure that you understand how important Townsend Harris is to Queens County and the city of New York. When I was a kid, a long time ago, there were only 3 high schools you could go to if you aspired to go beyond your local neighborhood high school: Stuyvesant, Bronx Science, and Brooklyn Tech. Ooh. But we felt the same way. Growing up in Queens, I went to Parsons Junior High School and PS 164 in Kew Gardens Hills. We, even as young people, wondered how come Queens doesn't have a school of excellence on its own. And today, all of us look at Townsend Harris as our pride and joy. And that is because of the fantastic staff that you have, the principals over the years, teachers, but most importantly, the extraordinary students. And the commitment that you have to excellence is something that Queens is enormously proud of. My experience with Townsend Harris students is, as all of you know, you have to do a certain amount of community service. And when I first ran for public office, I was elected to the State Assembly before I was in the City Council. I had Townsend Harris students working on my campaign. And I don't want to insult kids from any other school or any other high school or any other college, but the Townsend Harris kids that worked on my campaign, high school students, were more mature, more professional, and we could always give them a task knowing that it would get done and would get done with excellence. What has always struck me about you is the sense of purpose that you have about yourselves, your commitment to your own education, your own excellence. In many, many cases, it comes from, whether you realize it or not, a desire to not disappoint your parents and honor the extraordinary sacrifices that so many of them have made to get you to this point. I'll just tell a quick little story. Townsend Harris came to be at Queens College through a governmental process. Townsend Harris is a public high school. Queens College is a part of the City University of New York. As a young student at Queens College, I served on my local community board, my local governing body. And I was put there, I was appointed by the borough president at the time, the youngest community board member in Queens. Literally, there was a time when I was the youngest person in politics in Queens. And I was there to try to represent, it's all right, doesn't break. It's issued by the government. I was there to try to represent the point of view of young people. And when the time came to vote at the community board, you can imagine that a lot of people in the neighborhood, people don't like change. And they really weren't supportive of moving this institution to their neighborhood. I was one of the only people, not maybe the only member of the community board at the time, to vote in support of moving Townsend Harris to Queens College. Fortunately, that vote didn't carry the day. Higher powers made their decisions, and here we are. But I make that point, or I tell that brief story, because you too have an obligation going forward to represent something that people expect from you. And that is excellence, and commitment, and integrity. The rest of your lives, you will tell people, I graduated from Townsend Harris. That will mean something to them. And I know, in all my dealings with Townsend Harris students and faculty and principals, that you will carry that responsibility with distinction. And each one of you will continue to make Queens as proud as the school itself has made us over the years. So congratulations on the 30th anniversary of Founders Day. And I know that you are going to go on to do wonderful, wonderful things as Townsend Harris students for the City of New York and for the County of Queens. Thank you all very, very much. And here is your beautiful, shiny proclamation from the City Council recognizing Townsend Harris as being an institution that New York City is extraordinarily proud of.
Thank you very much, that was very moving. I think we're ready for our next proclamation. This time sprinkled with a bit of humor and hopefully not too much vexing cheekiness. Yes, you're right. It's the next, it's time for a perennial tradition, the senior skit. Its title of A Tale of Two Classes will not only put a smile on every sophomore's face, as well as some teachers, but also comments on the passing of time. It was written by Nina Leeds and Dimitri Perlin. And I had the pleasure of advising these mercurial thespians. Please enjoy.
Welcome, Townsend Harris, to the 2014-2015 school year. This is a special year. We are celebrating the 30th anniversary of Townsend Harris at Queens College. We would like to take a moment to welcome the freshman class, the class of 2018.
I'm so excited that you'll be attending my alma mater.
I know, Dad. I'm so excited. I'm a little scared, though. I don't know what to expect.
Oh, you have nothing to worry about. I'm sure everything's exactly the same. We really value tradition here at Harris.
Harris? Who even are you? No one calls it Harris anymore. We just call it Townsend.
Yeah, Townsend, aka the place where fun comes to die.
What? It's always been called Harris. Whatever. Let's start at the beginning. This school used to be an all-boys institution. There were boys flooding all the hallways. I'm sure a lot of that remains today. Okay, maybe that's changed too. One thing for sure that you'll find odd about our school is that we refer to the periods as bands. It's actually pretty cool.
No bands. They're called periods. We don't call them bands anymore.
We still call them bands anyways.
Dad, are you going to this school?
Yes, class of 88. Whatever. One thing you should know though is freshman gym is impossible. Perfect. Little girl, how much did you just run? 4 miles, 5 miles? Back when I had this we ran 5 miles a day.
5 miles? Who's Miss Nix? I just ran 1 mile with this It was awful.
Well, maybe if you work out a little more.
Yo, go to the wedding, man. I'm Read this brand, 21. Justin Bieber, go America! You always have to wear your ID around your neck at all times of the day.
Excuse me? Me? Yes, you. Where's your ID?
Oh, here it is. Okay, remember to show it when you come into the building.
What? That simple? She doesn't have to wear it around her neck all day?
Oh, no. We got rid of that like 3 years ago.
Oh, good. The period is about to end. I'll have some nice classical music to calm me down. This is not classical music.
Well, ever since Miss Mars left this facility,
We've been getting some Nicky up in here.
What happened to my Townsend Harris?
Oh, no. Stop right there.
no. Demerits. Those dresses are too short.
Hey, this just totally makes my tracky legs look amazing. And these caps could even rival Mr. Connors.
Come on, Miss Fig, please don't mess us up.
No, you guys know the rules. I'm gonna have to write you up. This is worth at least 6 demerits.
Come on, Miss Fig. Nobody gets 6 demerits.
To my office.
Yes, the classic is still being published. Oh, it was written by just the greatest students back in my day.
No passive voice.
newspaper anymore. We are online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We even have a Humans of Townsend Harris page. And we have a strict like-for-like policy. Do you want some pumpkin soup, by the way? I have some pumpkin soup left over from last night. My son James. But I decided to go to Taco Bell and get some Doritos Locos Tacos.
This is amazing.
I'm okay with the pumpkin soup, but I'd love to join the newspaper.
Yes! Another soul for my collection. Welcome to the classroom.
Bonjour, little people. My name is Miss Lopera. Can I have a picture for the yearbook?
Christy, John still being published? Sure.
That's fine. You guys are almost as great as all my scarves.
Great, the spirit is still alive.
Wait, you keep talking about back in your day. If you graduated in 88, aren't you like 44? Why do you look 80?
You know, Townsend aged me.
Well, you still don't get any sleep.
Oh, great. After all, we're just a bunch of intelligent, sleep-deprived nerds who will not leave their city any less, but rather greater than we have found it.
I'm so glad I decided to come to town. I mean, Harris.
Okay, thank you so much for this fleeting moment of levity. And now I would like to introduce Dr. Selina Lee, co-president of the Townsend Harris Alumni Association and a graduate of class of 1998, who in turn will introduce our very special keynote speaker, Dr. Lee.
Wow, it's hard to follow the senior skit. Anyway, I was really inspired by the diversity I saw in the earlier presentations, but I didn't want to say good morning in English, but in my native tongue, so got white Del San. So I'm here today to introduce our Founders Day speaker, Dr. Heather Nash. Dr. Claudine Nash, Heather Claudine Nash, my apologies, is a member of the first graduating class of the new Townsend Harris, and gave the first Founders Day student speech 30 years ago. She helped found the Classic and was its first editor-in-chief for 4 years. She obtained a BA in English from Wesleyan University and then went on to earn 2 master's degrees and a PhD in psychology from Connecticut College and St. John's University. In addition to being a clinical psychologist and the author of scientific articles, Dr. Nash is also a published poet. In the past year, she has published close to 20 poems in various literary magazines and anthologies under the name Claudine Nash. Her short collection of poems entitled The Problem with Loving Ghosts is scheduled to be released by Finishing Line Press next month. Without further ado, here is Dr. Nash.
Thank you, Selina. I'd like to thank the Founders Day organizers for inviting me to speak at today's event. Having stood on this very stage as a freshman 30 years ago at the first Founders Day ceremony, it's quite an honor and experience for me to speak here today. By now, you may have heard the stories of how we began our first weeks of Townsend Harris without chairs or desks, how we used pen and paper in word processing class because we didn't yet have computers. I usually don't like speaking for others, but I can say with certainty that desks or not, Being part of the first graduating class of Townsend Harris was one of the most meaningful experiences we could have had. By entering a school that lacked the infrastructure of pre-existing clubs, teams, and publications, my classmates and I, alongside our devoted teachers and the remarkable Dr. Logman, had the opportunity to pour ourselves into the school and watch how our efforts shaped it. Our time and energy had exponential results. The more of it that we dedicated to Townsend Harris, the more the school flourished, and the deeper our commitment grew. I would like to address the class of 2008 for just a moment. The rest of you can keep listening. As freshmen, you might find yourself a little overwhelmed right now. You're in the process of adjusting to a new environment and workload. You're making new friends and learning to challenge yourself and think in ways unfamiliar to you. You are developing very strong arms and backs from all the books you've been lugging on the bus and train. You are growing in ways you didn't know possible. Having been through this process, I can assure you, your hard work will be worth the effort. What you will learn here, and what you and your classmates are capable of contributing, will astound you. You are surrounded not only by outstanding students, but by dedicated and talented educators who will nurture you and foster a lifelong love of learning. I'd like you to take a moment and look at those classmates and teachers all around you. There are some who may become your lifelong friends. There are others who you will only ever know by name. You may have different strengths and interests. You'll graduate in 4 years remembering different bits of knowledge. But regardless, you will always share a common history. You forever will be part of this unique community. Townsend Harris will always connect you. Treat each other kindly. Deepen those lifelong connections. Be as active as possible and contribute as much as you possibly can to this community. To quote the Ephebic Oath, because Townsend Harris graduates have been known to do that, you'll see. Do not leave your city any less, but rather greater and better than you found it. 30 years ago, I ended my speech by saying, we feel so close to the Townsend Harris students of the past and know that they share with us the joys, the excitement, and the dreams of the class of 1988. To the classes of 2015 through 2018, I will say this. Whether we know each other personally or not, we will always share a common bond. Townsend Harris will always connect us.
Thank you, Dr. Nash. It was very special. And now it's time to bring back President of the S Student Union, Karen Sue, who will take us in the moment we've been all preparing for, which is your first Ephebic Oath.
Thank you. Wow, all right. So right before I lead you into the Ephebic Oath, I would like to show this video that just showcases how awesome Townsend Harris is.
I shall not leave my city any less. I shall not leave my city any less, but rather greater than I found it. I shall not leave my city any less, but rather greater. Tell me what's in what will I am.
Towson Harris is my name. I find cooperative.
All right, sorry for the technical difficulties. I will post the YouTube link on all your Facebook groups so you can all see it, okay? So we shall continue on with our physics out. So will the class of 2018 and all incoming sophomores please stand? For everyone to be silent right now as we swear in the class of 2018 and the incoming students of class of 2017. If you can read after me. I shall never bring disgrace to my city, nor shall I ever desert my comrades in the ranks, but I, both alone and with my many comrades, shall fight for the ideals and sacred things of the city. I shall willingly pay heed to whomever renders judgment with wisdom and shall obey both the laws already established, and whatever laws the people in their wisdom shall establish. I, alone with my comrades, shall resist anyone who destroys the laws or disobeys them. I shall not leave my city any less, but rather greater than I found it. Thank you and congratulations.
And now it's time for Dr. Sato and the alma mater. The video one more try.
I shall not leave my city unless the rapid readers have found it. Tell who lets me be who I am.
Towson Harris is my home away from home. It's a welcoming environment where students of all races, all genders, all possible religious beliefs find harmony and find a cooperative and very cultural environment that means every single person here feel welcome and feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves.
Towson Harris makes Flushing Queens the land of opportunity.
I'm proud to be a Harris site because they have an amazing student life.
There are people here who are passionate about their beliefs, and that's what makes Towson Harris a real gem.
There's a place for everyone here. And whoever hungry, we can sit into any folks and I'm proud to be a Towson Harris student. This is the building staff and Dr.
We also have great opportunities for students like the Phoenix, the Classic, it's research classes, and kids do it because they love what they do, and they're excited about being here, and I think that's important.
Teachers are fantastic. I've never met such caring individuals who actually do want you to learn, who actually expect you to learn, and who expect you to work hard, but work hard well. And you do what you're expected to do, and do it well, and pursue your passion. Towson Harris is where I found my home. My name is Towson Harris.
Towson Harris is inspiring,
invigorating,
Dazzling and enchanting.
Heartbeat. Inspiring.
This is why I wanted you to see this. It was well worth waiting for, and thank you so much, Boys, for bringing it and making it happen. So thank you. Thank you very much, Karen.
Going back to that skit, this is what we do at Townsend Harris. All right, so I need to take roll call. Tennis. I want to know if you are here. The class of 2018, are you here? 2017. 2016.
Mr. Barbetta, I'm gonna let you finish. But I just gotta say that the senior class of 2015 had the greatest roll call of